Welcome to Playthrough Thursdays, a journey into the depths of human augmentation and conspiracy. I didn't ask for this, but here we are, diving into the shadows where every choice resonates like ripples in a cybernetic sea. In a world on the brink, where technology blurs the lines between man and machine. Join me as we navigate the intricate web of intrigue, alliances, and betrayal. From the neon-soaked alleyways to the cold heart of corporate power, we'll uncover secrets that the world is desperate to keep hidden. So lock and load your neural enhancements, because the choices we will make will not shape only our fate, but the fate of this divided world. It's time to find out if we can rise above the darkness, or succumb to it. Buckle up, because when the lines between right and wrong are blurred, the only path left is the one we carve. Get ready for Playthrough Thursdays. The future may be uncertain, but one thing is clear. It's gonna be one hell of a ride. Are you ready to become more than human?
We're here, baby! Let's go! Hopefully it categorized my stream. Sounding alright? Yeah, we are. It does. Yeah, we out here, bud. I hear ya. Why are we syncing data for five? What the? It's telling me it's syncing my data for the game, but it's at 6%. Holy moly! Can't be that much data. This game is. I mean, it's old. It came out on the Xbox One or for the Xbox One. So I mean. I guess I don't try to think about it too hard. But since we're starting a fresh playthrough, do I really need to sync the data? Alright. We start fresh. Like we've never done it before. Wait. Like we've never done it before. Games aren't realistic. Games aren't realistic enough for you. Give me Deus Ex, but just like in real life, you only live once. If you die, you have to restart the game from the beginning. Your saved game will not help you. It was in the intro that was written by ChatGPT. I never asked for this. I hope you enjoy what you're about to witness. Are you sure that I never asked for this difficulty uses a permadeath option? Autosaving is disabled, and you are limited to one save. Changing difficulty during this mode is also disabled. Dying permanently locks your save game data from this playthrough. It is no longer accessible. Do you wish to continue? Is that a question we really have to ask in this day and age? I think I'm sure. Oh, jump, reload, takedown, sprint. Enter cover augmentation with crouch inventory. Augmentations through secondary results. I think that'll do us pretty good. Yeah, we'll watch a recap video.
It was 2027. Advances in biotechnology were helping people improve their physical and mental abilities to an amazing degree. Provided, of course, they had enough money. A new breed of people was emerging, half human, half machine.
This is...
And in Detroit, at least, not everyone was happy to see it. I'd just landed a job as head of security at Sarif Industries, a cutting-edge biotech firm. David Sarif himself handpicked me for the job. Said he needed me to keep his people safe. My ex, Megan Reed, was one of them. A brilliant neuroscientist, Megan had found a way to make augmentation safe and affordable for everyone. All she had to do was present her research to Congress.
Such a good cyberpunk
But the night
game.
before her big meeting, my security measures failed. A team of Black Op mercenaries stormed into Sarif headquarters, massacring everyone in sight. 3 of the mercs were heavily augmented walking tanks. Their mission?
This game looks great.
Take out Megan and her team.
Like these cutscenes still look
Tried
great.
to stop them. their
They
leader
look better than
tossed me through a fake
Cyberpunk
glass wall.
sometimes does.
Last thing I heard as his bullets slammed into my brain was Megan's dying scream. I should have died with her. Only I didn't. High-end military-grade enhancements saved my life. The best augmentation Sarif's money could buy.
You got that,
Took me half a year to get a feel for her. Should have taken longer. But 6 months into my recovery, Sarif Industries was attacked again. This time, by a radical group of pro-human purists. Violent, militant, and fanatically opposed to human augmentation. They claimed to be members of Humanity Front, a non-profit organization that wanted the UN to limit biotechnology research.
This
The thugs broke into
fascinating.
Sarif's factory and found machinists working overtime on a top-secret military augment called the Typhoon. Sarif sent me to retrieve it, and when I did, I found one of the so-called purists next to it, wired with cerebral implants, trying to download its classified specs. Obviously, something more was going on. The AUG killed himself before I could question him. Sarif ordered me to dig deeper. So with the help of Frank Pritchard, Sarif's head of cybersecurity, I did. Turns out a second hacker had been controlling the AUG's actions from somewhere off-site. Pritchard and I tracked his signal to a secret FEMA internment camp in Detroit. The Black Op mercenaries were there. The same mercs who'd left me for dead 6 months before.
Well, we're gonna
Figured they'd try again when they saw me.
I remember playing this.
It wasn't so easy for them this time. I took out the tank named Barrett. Even got him to give me a new lead. A penthouse apartment in China.
Yeah.
Of course, we both knew it would be a trap in the end. Hengsha Island, China. Home to a city so crowded, they had to build a second city on top of it.
What did I just see that?
Trying to find clues in Hengsha wouldn't be easy.
Oh, it's like kind of Futurama, like topical.
Farida Malik, Sarif Industries' ace pilot, had lived in Hengsha before. A good person to have on your side. She knew enough about the place to get me around. Malik dropped
I remember
me in the
this
lower
place.
city, close to the penthouse Barrett had told me about. Bell Tower Associates, a private security firm under contract to the Chinese government, had agents tossing the suite when I arrived. Just not for the reason I'd been expecting. Turns out the man who lived there was a criminal hacker named Van Bruggen. The same hacker who'd been remotely controlling the AUG in Sarif's factory.
What a
Van
bastard.
Bruggen's panicked decision to force the man to commit suicide had been a mistake. Now his mercenary partners were gunning for him, and I needed to find him before they did. Locating Van Bruggen meant playing nice with the Triads, Hengsha's organized crime lords. They had the hacker holed up inside a low-rent capsule hotel. By the time I found him, Van Bruggen had no qualms giving up the woman who hired him. Zhao Yunru, president of the Taiyang Medical Corporation. According to Van Bruggen, Zhao wanted to monopolize the augmentation industry and had hired Black Op mercenaries to destabilize her competition. Sarif Industries was at the top of her list. To prove this, I needed to get inside TYM and grab a surveillance hologram off a server. I suspected Van Bruggen was hiding something when he told me this, but nothing could have prepared me for what I saw. Megan wasn't dead. She and her 4 best researchers had been kidnapped, spirited away somewhere while their kidnappers made it look like they were dead.
Ow.
Desperate to learn more, I confronted Zhao in her penthouse. She claimed to be a pawn in a bigger plan, and hinted at a group so powerful it controlled global interests at a whim. Then she slipped into a panic room and hit the alarm, forcing me to make a very quick exit.
Yep.
I figured Zhao was lying, but part of her confession made sense.
Frame rate on
David Sarif had been worried about his people.
Because it's footage from the
So worried,
game before this
he'd
one.
required all of them to have subdermal locator devices surgically implanted.
Well, that seems pretty
The
smart if you're a bad
GPOs were
guy.
already broadcasting the day of the attack. But Zhao said a single call to Picus, the world's leader in global 24-hour satellite news, had turned those signals off. I needed to fly to Pika's headquarters in Montreal if I wanted to learn more.
Or was that bad guy? Yeah.
Eliza Cassan, Pika's Communications First Lady of News. Malik thought I was reaching when I told her Eliza was involved in this. The world's most famous news anchor, working with a mercenary hit squad.
That's not something
when I
you
confronted
see every
Cassan
day.
in her office, she freely admitted to jamming Detroit's satellites the night Megan's team had been taken.
Oh.
Said she's just been following her commands. I suspected she wanted to say more. But Black Op mercenaries showed up looking to shut us both down.
Yeah,
and just like that,
I'd say people with the most
Eliza I'd been talking to
sources
disappeared.
they probably know the best
The
way
Mercs were led by an
to
augmented killer
use
I
it.
crossed paths with twice before. Fedorova. A woman who'd made silence her best friend. She waited for me to track Eliza's transmission to a secret server room underneath the Picus complex, then jumped me from behind. A deadly fight ensued.
Sneaky.
I made sure she never moved silently again.
Yo.
With Fedorova down, and no one left to keep Eliza quiet, she reappeared. Turns out Picus's First Lady of News wasn't a lady at all.
She was
a sophisticated AI program,
Yo.
engineered to monitor data streams and control what people believed.
Oh,
Eliza
see,
told
this
me
is
the
starting
Mercs
to
had
get
brought in a
scary.
Humanity Front doctor named Isaiah Sandoval to remove the scientist's implanted tracking devices while Detroit's satellites were down. She also told me to speak to David Sarif if I wanted to learn more.
Anybody tuning in? We're
By the
watching
time
the
Malik and I
recap
got
of,
back to
the
Detroit,
first Deus Ex game
tensions between
on
normal and
Xbox.
augmented citizens had reached a flashpoint. Riots were breaking out in several cities, and the UN was being urged to intervene. Sarif was trying hard to convince Hugh Darrow, the inventor turned philanthropist who'd once been a leading proponent of enhancement technologies, to help stop a possible regulatory vote. Sarif had a lot riding on Darrow. Megan's discovery would have given millions of people the chance to evolve beyond their normal human abilities, and at the same time catapulted Sarif Industries to the top of the Fortune 500. According to Sarif, Megan's kidnappers knew this, and didn't want people evolving unless they controlled how it was done. He called his
Typical.
enemies Illuminati, and urged me to keep searching. Determined to do so, I tracked down Sandoval via America's most outspoken augmentation opponent, Bill Taggart, Sandoval's boss and
This
founder
is a
of
pretty
Humanity
in-depth
Front.
recap. I'm not gonna
Sandoval
lie.
admitted to operating on Megan's team when I confronted him, but said he hadn't removed their GPLs. He'd merely switched them to a different frequency. Pritchard was able to trace one of the signals to China. Malik and I immediately took off in pursuit. Unfortunately, the Illuminati were one step ahead. Ambushed. Shot out of the sky by Bell Tower Associates, seconds after entering Hengsha's
No
airspace.
bueno, dude.
Malik's piloting skills saved me. After a tense and bitter struggle, I escaped into Lower Hengsha. The tracking signal I was following led straight to the Triads, or more specifically, to the augmented arm of Tong Si-hung, leader of a gang of augmentation harvesters. Tong said they'd taken the arm off a corpse, which Bell Tower had left at their door, meaning at least one of Serif's scientists was dead. Maybe not the rest of them, though. Tong pointed me to a port used for human trafficking and helped me slip aboard a Bell Tower ship.
Yeah,
We were sailing
this
to
is-
Rifleman Bank
this is
Station,
pretty,
a military base in the South China Sea. Bell Tower was holding kidnapped civilians as prisoners.
They're gonna they're gonna
using
the
them to
entire
perfect
recap's
the
gonna take
Hiron
my entire
project,
stream.
a human-computer interface that left most of its test subjects dead.
Shit.
My search for Megan would have ended then, if not for a mysterious ally named Quinn. In exchange for my help exposing Bell Tower, he slipped me aboard a second ship headed to Singapore and an Illuminati-run biotech facility called Omega Ranch.
Oh, got him in.
3 of Serif's scientists were there,
They spent the
forced
least
by their
time on
captors to
these
create a
people's
technology capable
character
of
models.
remotely shutting down augmented abilities. Thanks to an emergency recall notice issued by the World Health
And
Organization,
all of the resources went
millions
to
of people all
Adam
over
Jensen.
the world already had the biochip installed. With the help of the scientists, I tracked Megan to a private section of the ranch. There,
Oh
I
yeah,
ran into
these
Yaron Namir,
bodies moving,
the
dude.
walking tank who'd put a bullet in my brain the first time we met. He'd teamed up with Zhao and was hoping to catch me off guard. Their little ambush didn't work.
Psych.
I found Megan in a suite belonging to Hugh Darrow, the billionaire philanthropist who'd Sarif had called on for help. Darrow had convinced her to go along with the biochip plan by promising to sabotage the tech. As she was explaining this, Darrow appeared in a global broadcast, telling the world that augmentations would be the death of mankind.
Huh.
Then he activated the biochips to prove his point. All over the world, augmented people flew into a killing frenzy.
This reminds
Darrow
me,
had
this is
betrayed
like,
everyone,
Kingsman.
and it was up to me to set things right. To do it, I had to reach Panchaea, a massive installation in the Arctic Ocean. As I raced through corridors built by an all-augmented workforce, I saw death and destruction firsthand. By the time I shut down
Seems
Darrow's
like
broadcast,
Kingsman may have taken a
I
little.
knew the damage he'd done.
Someone was a fan of the story.
Still, humanity's future remained unclear. How would the world react to this sabotage? Would people ever regain their faith in augmentations again? What would be the Illuminati's next move? Only time could give us the answers.
And I feel like that's where we start our playthrough on the hardest difficulty, where if we die, our save is locked and we have to restart. Alright, already off to a beautiful scene. Ooh.
I once thought I could save the world. Now look at it.
In yet another augmented terror attack, 251 passengers aboard Sister Airlines Flight 451 were killed when an augmented passenger broke into the plane's cockpit and ruthlessly butchered its flight crew. Details recovered from the black box recorder suggest that the man may have been suffering flashbacks to the AUG incident. That horrible day 2 years ago when augmented people all over the world flew into a psychotic killing spree, causing the greatest loss of life in recent history.
Wow. Insane.
Sometimes
We gotta
you just have to
stop
let go
again.
and embrace what you've become.
Not gonna go all wonky on us now, Hansa, are you?
Well, if I do, McCready, I guarantee you'll never see it coming.
Agent Jensen, am I gonna have a problem with you?
No, sir. No reason to assume you would.
Good, because you are the only augmented operative on this team, and I intend to make good use of you.
Perfect.
Listen up,
Die
all of you.
immediately and have to restart
We got
the
a
entire
sandstorm
game.
barreling down our ass, and we can't afford to make mistakes. We're going after this
Without
man,
the
an arms
recap.
dealer named Shepard. He's
Probably on
ex-Bell
a difficulty
one of the
right
Special
now.
Forces commanders who disappeared during the incident.
And he's come out of hiding. That cannot be good.
It's not. He's selling weapons and military-grade augments to terrorists. This is Aran Singh,
There's always
the
one
undercover
guy
agent who lured
that's
Shepard out of his hole. Best you see Interpol's got. For 3 years he's worked hard to get in tight with the Jinn, an Iraqi smuggling cartel that's infected the Eastern Hemisphere like a plague. Last week, our arms dealer sent a message to the Jinn, offering to sell them a shitload of black market merchandise dirt cheap. They told Singh to handle the buy.
They're not gonna like it when Interpol disrupts their party. Singh's cover really that good?
It is right now. We need to keep it that
Their
way.
facial tracking is really good for
This is where the deal's going down.
this era.
A half-finished high-rise hotel that's been abandoned ever since the incident. It's not a pretty picture inside.
Let me guess. Most of the laborers were augmented with heavy-duty industrial rigs. So when the incident hit, and they all went schizo, things got gruesome real fast.
And no one, except for some homeless junkies, have been inside the place ever since.
So what's the plan, Director?
Singh's meeting Shepard on the ground floor, inside the hotel's main atrium. He sent the bulk of his Jinn crew to the penthouse levels to secure a vantage point. I want McCready's team to take up positions overlooking the atrium and make the arrest. Jensen, You're going in solo from the roof.
My
Perfect.
objectives?
Keep the Jinn from joining the party. As far as we can
Not
tell,
die.
only one route connects the atrium to the penthouse level. A halfway decent elevator shaft. Here. I want you to block access to it.
Fine. Just cut me loose.
Do you plan on relying solely on your augments for this one? I'd recommend taking a little hardware. Just to be sure.
Yeah, I'd recommend it. Oh.
I'm not leaving my 6 exposed. Give me something lethal.
Your call, but Singh's undercover in all this.
So watch your fucking sights.
What about range? There's lots of wide spaces and high ceilings in there, but a number of tight and constrained rooms too.
So it's a crapshoot, really.
Well, I'm not looking to play dice with anyone in there. Give me something with distance.
Yup.
Your call. Less chance of being seen and compromising Singh that way.
And not
One
dying
last
and
thing,
having to
Jensen.
restart.
Singh said the Jinn are using some sort of portable Wi-Fi device to boost communications. He's got a better chance of maintaining cover if you disable it.
We'll keep an eye out for it. But aren't we on the clock here? You said there's a sandstorm moving in.
There is, and we got the intel on this mission at the very last minute. So we're scrambling a little. If it comes to it, your number one priority is keeping the Jinn out of that atrium.
Copy that.
Well, let's get to it.
Time to put away your heavy thoughts, gentlemen. We're approaching the target building.
You're up first, Jensen. Let's do this.
Let's go. 2029.
Task Force Actual. This is Knife Leader. Engage Hush drives and
Same
descend
year
to
the
Angels
movie
1-5.
Logan takes place in. Same year. Seems like everything gets a little fucked up when the year becomes 2029. Well, you know, all the way up until then, but it's pretty rough. In the year 2029, it seems, from the perspective of fictional writers. Oh man, we're just going for it. No parachute. Gonna land in a bubble or something. Beep. Oh, never mind. He's Genos from One Punch Man. This looks really good. I mean, it's probably because I'm playing it on the Series X. I actually render probably what they were trying to get the other Xboxes. Oh shoot.
Team leader, this is Jensen. I'm on the roof.
Solid copy. Move into the building. The access route you need to block is at the far end of the penthouses. And keep in mind, the direct route might not be the easiest one.
Roger that.
McCready will advise once his team is on the ground. Miller out.
Sorry, I'm gonna. Oh no, not a good sign already. Good, yes, indeed. That is a. Like that. Thank you. All right, what do we see? A bunch of times. Go this way. Oh, I forgot. There's like footsteps. Oh! Okay, I thought that was a lot lower. Sorry, am I supposed to... Yep. Definitely seems like it. Am I missing something?
Jensen, we're moving through. Oh, fuck!
What's wrong?
The Jinn have got a few Jennies up and running. We're gonna have to hack keypads.
Should enjoy it, McCready. They have colors and shapes. Just remember, red means bad.
Fuck you.
description.